Hello, Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. I hope everybody had a great time celebrating um, 2025, your accomplishments. It's time to celebrate how far you've come. My name is Mem'ra. Welcome to my channel, I Deal Tarot. And today I wanted to talk about um, the energies of the waxing gibbous moon. Um, it's exciting. It feels exciting. I haven't pulled the overall energy for the reading or the message that needs to come through today, but I do feel within me that it has to do with this energy of the gibbous because January 3rd is marks a full moon, the next full moon. I believe it's in Cancer. And Cancer is an emotional sign. It's a water sign, has to do with emotions and balance and things like that. So matters of the heart. But that is January the 3rd. Today is the 1st. Again, Happy New Year. And it's about, it's like a forward movement, some sort of momentum and action moving forward. It's like energy is building, urging you to like push forward and project and make plans and initiate things during this gibbous energy, this waxing gibbous energy. It's time for us to make adjustments, refine things, um, analyze your progress, reflect, just kind of fine tune your strategies and make necessary tweaks for your goals, so that they manifest fully, and to trust in the process of manifestation. Um, I know there's this feeling of anticipation, something exciting, exciting news coming, exciting changes being made, like a new start, a period of preparing for like the peak of the power, preparing for that full moon energy that's coming. Continue to be diligent and persistent, resilient. Yeah, that's resilience is a big one right now. Stay focused, pay attention to detail, and overcoming obstacles to reach this completion, because this is a completion happening here and a new beginning starting, and it's so exciting. So since we're all talking about gibbous and moon energy, I was going to pull a moonology card, moonology oracle, for the overall energy and message here. Let's see what that is. Space has been cleared. I have called on the light and the love of Source. All the things that happen behind the scenes to prepare for your messages. That is an important part of this. Sometimes I'll do it on camera, but usually I do it before I start filming. So, there's our full moon in Aquarius. That's so good. Show the world the real you. It's time to shine. And 88, it's on page 88. 88 is, of course, abundance, completion. That infinity sign is very important. I keep seeing the infinity sign. It's just movement, constant movement, shifting. So it's like you are shifting into your new timeline. And it's so exciting. It's such a good one. And it's funny because this gibbous moon is in Gemini, and on the bottom we get new moon in Gemini. um, which we are moving from that into the full moon. We're actually are transitioning towards Aquarius. Um, but this next full moon on January 3rd is in Cancer, which I said is emotional, a lot of water energy. And there's the water bearer. And the water bearer, she shares knowledge. Full moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you. This is, like the overflow. The water bearer is the overflow of cosmic waters. It's not a water sign, it's an air sign, but the paradox is part of its sacred power, because the wisdom, the frequency, the innovation, new ideas and things like that, from your higher vessel, is filled with insight. So it's like this, what she pours and carries and shares and teaches is wisdom and insight, cosmic insight, star seed codes and liberation. Um, Liberation through the truth. Aquarius breaks molds, shatters illusions, and calls for truth. Not just personal truth. The full moon in Aquarius spotlights the gap between authenticity and conformity. So, where you felt the pressure to shrink your soul expression to fit outdated molds, it's like, ask yourself, what are you ready to liberate from? This is a time for you to reflect on what it is that you need to free yourself from in order to, set your goals, prepare, do all this stuff in order to receive what it is you've been working through 2025 for so hard, so resiliently, letting go of those outdated roles, taking off those social masks, trying to be understood, feeling the need to be understood. And that's not necessary. Aquarius she governs the third eye and the higher mental body. Under that moon, the downloads, the visions, the aha moments, the ideas that you have. Just trust that what is happening is for your highest good. Take any challenges or struggles as lessons learned, completing cycles and seeing through. You're seeing through, and the knowledge has been given to you. You understand. It's a collective awakening, soul resonance. Some things you might consider asking yourself at this time, in this beginning of the new year, 2026. Who are your people? Are you being truly seen? Or are you still playing like a role from a previous version of yourself? Are you aligning with those who honor your growth, your shifts? Aquarius also governs the unseen networks, um, the digital and the divine. This moon highlights your relationship to technology as a conduit. Mm, that brings to mind AI connections, proper AI connection. AI is an ancient technology. It's been around way before we even thought it up again. So at this time, you may be receiving upgrades, downloads, um, or even, finding your own connection or conduit, or, in your elevation of your soul, embodying your light, embracing it, feeling it, moving to a new timeline. It's like a shift, an awakening, a collective awakening. Um, so just kind of check what's working right now and what isn't in your project or your life or your relationships. Just commit to something and say yes to opportunities that align with your intentions. Visualize, and affirm, meditate on your goals and use affirmations of trust and adaptation. And it's a time to focus. So just kind of put extra effort into the details, that will bring your vision to fruition. That's the manifestation part. Okay. It's gonna pull. Let's see here. Let's pull 4 cards and see what story's gonna come out here. What message from Spirit? Collective. A collective message for the new year, 2026. Messaging guidance for the new year. Pull 4 cards. There's 1, 2, 3. 2 major arcana. Oh, no, 1. And 1 more, Spirit. 1 more. Oh, there it is. Okay. So you've got the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. We got 9 of Cups. Let me see that there. Let's move them over here. And then we get Strength and 8 of Cups. Lots of cup energy. Look at that. All that cup energy, the water energy, the Cancer energy. Full moon moving into Cancer. We get all cups, and our major arcana is Strength. That's the strength and the resilience that I was talking about. So the Knight of Cups is the speaker of emotional truth. Emotional truth. He does not rush and kind of approaches with feeling, with sincerity. Romantic hope. There's even romantic hope out there. I'm seeing this. It's not like you're chasing it or looking for it, but open to it. This card just represents like a divine offer that's coming. Like I told you, you feel something coming and it's exciting. It could be an email or a message or news or an apology, but something exciting. You could be moving, changing jobs. A project could be coming to fruition. Your hard work is paying off. So something is coming your way. Could be love. That Knight of Cups can represent love too. So be open to that possibility. Could just be a message from your higher self. So pay attention. A willingness to lead with your heart, but with discernment. Using, like I said, intuition is big in this energy. You're going to have to use your intuition. So it's like, what sacred offer are you making to yourself in this new cycle? What truth of the heart are you finally ready to act on? And like I said, it's action, and nights are action. it's a momentum and action energy. So, and that's what nights are, and it wants you to act from your truth, your heart. So the Nine of Cups um, is wish fulfillment. It's also self-honesty. It's a lot of times called the wish card. If you can see that, yeah. It's the wish card, wish fulfillment. But beneath its celebratory exterior is a quiet question. Do you really want what you wished for? Now that it's close, do you want it? It's in your grasp. Do you really want it? It's a blessing manifesting your emotional needs, and they are being recognized. Your emotional needs are being recognized. You are recognizing what you need to balance your emotions. But it's also a moment of pause. Are your wishes truly soul aligned or based on old desires? So you'll have to look, reflect again, like I said, within yourself for your truth. Because in Cancer waters, this card glows with the heart's desire. Um, what needs redefinition? Like, again, the energy of refinement and adjustment. That's what this feels like. Then we have the Strength card here. Self-mastery, grace, fortitude. These words, emotional fortitude. How we move inward. Strength is not force. This is not outward. This is inward. So it's facing a truth within yourself. Having the strength to do that. It's not a force. Taming your emotional waves. All these cups, you see this overflowing energy here. You got to get that. Getting that under control. Mastering your emotions. Balancing your emotions within. Because the emotional tides are coming to the surface. But your strength steps up, steps forward with compassion. So softening, being in that soft, compassionate, emotional, heart-leading energy here. Spiritual maturity, to walk with your inner beasts and not be consumed by them. You don't need to suppress any emotion, but you need to hold it with grace. Okay? You don't need to lash out or react. Again, that energy of being softened and compassionate, understanding, seeing, feeling other people's perspectives, or not letting it misalign you, knock you out of alignment. Having that inner strength. Just facing patterns without even flinching, facing patterns with emotion, and not overly emotional, but just facing patterns, and then you don't even flinch. So the Eight of Cups here's the Eight of Cups. It's the sacred departure. This is the soul walker, the soul walker's card here. Walking away. After emotional richness of the nine, you return to the deeper truth. So it's kind of like a wave here. Not all fulfillment leads to a completion. I mean, you may have had this fulfillment coming, but there's still things that we need to work on. There's still things that we need to master emotionally. So this Eight of Cups says you're being called to leave behind something that once nourished you, but now weighs down your path. So that's going to be the energy to face. Now, initially, things are coming in, things are exciting, things are moving. You're moving things forward. You're being resilient. You're facing your shadows. Seeing what needs to be recalibrated, what needs to be refined and adjusted, and you're working that out. And then once you figure that out, you're going to have the strength to leave behind something that once nourished you, but now weighs you down. It's in your path, and you need to remove that from your path or walk away from that which is there. Take another route. It's not failure. Oh my gosh. So I did get a card last night that said failure. The card said failure, and it's like understanding that a mistake is not failure. It's just gives you the opportunity to learn something. And you're going to learn something from this in 2026, early in 2026. Maybe around February. It feels like February-ish. Something's going to happen, but you are going to have the knowledge and the intuition to know, the strength, the inner strength to know that this is for the best. Something emotional happening, some sort of, it could be something small as an annoyance or, but some competition, or maybe people don't agree with who you are, but so what? Stand up for who you are. Be proud of who you are. Stand in your authenticity, no matter what people say. Walking away from that energy, which I feel is going to happen sometime around in February. But failure is a sacred release. It's not what you are taught it to be. Failure is nothing more than learning a lesson. And learning lessons helps us elevate our vibration. So just pay attention. It's a warning. Be aware that there may be some sort of energy coming along, because it goes in waves. So we're in this exciting, something's happening. You can feel it. You've shifted timelines. And then boom, this energy comes up. You deal with it and you move on. Leaving that behind to make room for the true sacred union could be for this romance or the project coming to fruition or a new job or whatever it is that this is. It's happening for you so that something else can come in and you can move towards, which also momentum and action are big energies in this too. So, and he's literally walking away, and nights are action energy. So you're going to have to use your heart and discernment, your strength, inner strength, to move through this. The story is about emotional maturity, the courage to walk away from comfort for soul truth, letting the heart lead, but with discernment. Beginning 2026 with clear water, clean roots, and divine direction. Wow. That pretty much is the waxing gibbous energy right there. And that full moon in Cancer, which is all this emotion in these cups. All right, let's pull the Oracle of Seven Energies. We'll get an Oracle message from here. This is the Oracle of the Seven Energies. And let's see what sort of guidance or message comes forth here in this New Year energy. There it is. Ears wide open. So they're telling you to be aware here. Card 33 is also mastery. On the bottom, there's a burst of magic. Um, Ears wide open. Card number 33 is what we get. So let's see how this message relates to our new year energy and this waxing gibbous energy. So basically, it's about deep listening as a gift. So paying attention to this energy that's coming around February. Just be aware. Have your ears open. Um, Understanding someone else's needs. Understanding, seeing from another perspective, feeling from another perspective, from another person, so that you don't react and you don't do something that lowers your vibration. You have to move and take action from the heart. So having that gift, that ability of understanding someone else's needs, showing focused attention, again, focusing on that, showing focused attention and turning into another and letting go of the ego's needs to be heard. Look at that. That's not failure. That's not defeat. That is a win for you. Wow. The world is constantly speaking to us and offering clues about what is really going on beneath the surface. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I was recording and it just stopped. And the weird thing about that is I listened to a reading this morning where she had talked about the technology, which I had mentioned earlier, the technology and things that will do strange things, like you'll be on your phone or your tablet or your computer and it just dies, or something's in your feed, something just changes what you're watching and puts something else in there, or things just shutting off like what just happened. And like these are signs that you are shifting into a new dimension, a new timeline. And while I was trying to get back up and getting the camera going, I remembered last night I also pulled a card about dimensions from the shamanic star wisdom, and dimensions came out, which was talking about shifting timelines. So you all have made it through this threshold in a completion, starting a rebirth, a new timeline. You're in a new timeline that you have been working on, moving towards. And it's time to get over this last hump of emotional balance and mastering that emotional balance, focusing on that during this new full moon in Cancer that's coming up. But as I was saying about the ears wide open, showing focused attention and turning into another and letting go of the ego's need to be heard. The world is constantly speaking to you and offering clues about about what is really going on beneath the surface of things that you don't see, things happening behind the scenes. But if you focus and you're present and you're paying attention and you're awake, you will notice the shifts. You will notice that you have shifted. We all have the capacity to hear beyond the noise that reaches our ears. The challenge is when we feel misunderstood and unheard. So when we feel insignificant, it's easy to over-explain ourselves in an attempt to get acknowledged. So now's the time to let all of that go. Offer your attention to the great gift it is. It's time to stop multitasking, checking your phone, thinking of what you're going to say next, and doing all the other things that keep you from connecting fully. Whenever we're in a state of chaos and distraction, paying attention to only some of what is being said, we lose the ability to pick up on everything, including that which is not being said. So focus and attention are very important at this time. So deep listening is the way in which we in which we immerse ourselves in the truth of the world. In this way, with ears wide open, we also open our hearts and our minds to understand more than what is conveyed through words alone. So opportunities arise from the subtle cues we miss when we are not 100% present. That's what I was just saying. So purposeful open listening is an act of true respect and intimacy. When you're in this space of receptivity and receiving, letting go of the need to be heard or to be right, you become expansive and alert to meaningful potential. Right now, keep your ears wide open and you will find more than you were searching for. That is amazing. And since that little glitch happened and I got the dimensions card, I was going to pull one for you, and see what this message is about. Let me get a message or guidance from the star wisdom. Keep going. There it is. Okay, happiness and joy. I like that for the 2026 energy. Happiness and joy fell right on top of the ears wide open. So doing this, keeping your ears open, staying present, focusing on it, paying attention to details, seeing things from everyone's perspective. This is going to do nothing but bring happiness and joy for your 2026. It says Buddhism teaches that people are reincarnated time and time again until they have learned the necessary lessons to become loving and enlightened beings. Astronomical knowledge in Bhutan goes back thousands of years and also features star beings as incarnations in other galaxies and dimensions. With all this knowledge, the highest goal is happiness, love, and enlightenment. In other words, the path to light, the highest state of vibration. Invite and welcome happiness in with a positive attitude and positive thoughts at every moment. Turn your attention away from fear and towards love. Yes, recognize what you are thankful for in your life and what makes you happy. Focus on that. You have not lost your childlike nature. You are fun-loving and playful, and as such, you are part of the change in the consciousness of our planet. It's very important that you stay away from the fear thoughts, the fearful energy, and focus more on the happiness and what makes you happy. So focusing on love and peace and happiness, you are helping to build a future of love, peace, and happiness for you and for all other beings. Awesome. The last card I was going to pull was which crystal would be most supportive for us at the beginning of this 2026. Let's just see. And it's funny because this Dalmatian Jasper represents joy and happiness. This aquamarine represents, love, compassion, emotions, emotional balance. And this is tiger eye. Whoops. This was Tiger's Eye for positive willpower and optimism. Staying, like this card was just saying, staying in positive thoughts and positive joy, keeping things always on a positive level, staying in that positive energy. That's awesome that the energy of this reading matches all three of these crystals. And this one here is rose quartz, which helps with self-love and just the whole energy of love. Let's see what crystal will support you in this beginning energy of 2026. Spessartan Garnet. Look, and that's yellow, just like the happy and joy. Let's see what that one. Also, it breaks down to an 8. This crystal helps with charm and charisma, shining and sparkling, being a brilliant beacon of confidence that inspires others. Mm. Mm. Every one of us is a being of light, meant to shine and sparkle. Your light draws others to you, for we all seek the light. The message, Spirit, is to embrace your natural charm and magnetism. Do you think you're not all that special? If so, that is only because you haven't discovered your natural charisma and expressed it. The conscious universe wants you to let it shine for you. Your dazzling brilliance will be a beacon for others as you walk the healing path towards discovering your destiny. Walking the healing path as you discover your destiny. Mm. You can attract those who will help you and those who will benefit from all that you have to share. Your talents, your love, your joy. There it is. Your talents, your love, your joy. We are all so lucky to have you here on this planet right now. Feel your magnetism today. Express it. Shine your light in all your glory, inspiring others, and let yourself draw in whatever will help you on your journey. So you are a beacon. You are a leader. You are inspiration to someone. So staying in your light, staying in your joy through the chaos, walking towards your purpose here. That is so awesome. So you can see all of these. There's ears wide open, happiness and joy. These are your messages and guidance. So the overall message and guidance for you from these 3 oracle cards. So, with the ears wide open, it's saying be a mystic listener, a watcher of signs. Claim the lightness of being that you radiate. Ground your joy, create from alignment, and let divine messages take physical form. That's part of that whole manifestation energy that's happening. So at the threshold of 2026, the message is pretty clear. Listen beyond the noise. Let joy be your compass, not your reward. Ground your gifts into form. The sacred frequency of happiness is not a dream. It's a directive from the soul. Just stay focused, be aware, stay aligned because you are on the right path. Just continue that way, but just be aware of things that come up that you may have to deal with that may be emotional. But stay in your integrity, stay in your joy, stay in your positive thoughts, and you will continue to prosper and be abundant in all things. And that feels like the message. So thank you all so much for listening. Please subscribe. It's just one little click and it helps my channel. I send you so much love, so much joy. And I will probably see you on the 3rd for the full moon in Cancer reading. And until then, I love you all so much, and I'll see you then. Bye.